talking about margin calls, NSC 002, NSCC 002, which is the automation of margin calls, was supposed to be published today. It got set back till tomorrow, and tomorrow is June 24th. That's going to be something to really look at, the automated margin calls. I was very disappointed when I read that. I was looking forward today for a lot of things to happen. But just remember, just because a company gets margin called doesn't mean they're gonna try hiding things as quickly as possible. But if somebody keeps checking in hour after hour to see if you're able to hold up your margin, and you have the right amount of liquidity and money on hand, it's just a matter of time before these guys start getting margin called and liquidated on these over leveraged positions.
And this was saying that before, what was the time period that they had in order before they were margin called? And margin called is saying that, like, I have this amount of money, I'm going to use it to trade, and pretty much the current system before the rule takes place, I think you're telling me that it was like a simple phone call of like a whole month of, hey, do you have those funds? Do you have that liquidity? And then pretty much it was just a simple done. Yeah, it was a simple, oh yeah, we have it. No checks, right? No one checked in.
They would use checks. They would say, oh, okay, well, we got margin called. We got 2 days in order to bring up some cash together
2 days.
And then be able to cover our position. Now it's going to be every hour, and if they aren't ready, they're going to get taken out, and it's going to be a bloodbath out there. They even brought in a new rule that I'm going to be going more in depth into later, of what happens when banks get defaulted, and that just came out in, to be published by the SEC as a new rule coming through, and that's going to be another interesting thing that I'm going to touch upon. They have a specific section on banks defaulting. They just brought this out. We know what's happening. All these rules are coming into place for a reason right now. They could have been put in place years ago, but right now, this is all happening because there are a lot of over-leveraged institutions, and it's only a matter of time. The reverse repo rate today is at another high, and I'm not surprised. $813 billion in reverse repos, and it's just going to keep going higher. It's just to touch on something of GME, the GME shorting for Interactive Brokers. If you see it, it's at a very low. At the moment, there's around 300,000 available shorts for Interactive Brokers on there for clients to short. Just from the data that you can see on the chart, the high is like 2 million shorts that are available to short. I've seen it higher in the past. The chart right there for iBorrowDesk only shows the past couple months, or a year's worth, I believe. So it's very interesting to see that these shorts are actually, there's not many available for Interactive Brokers, and it's gonna be interesting, everything coming to play. And again, I hope that they actually do publish the automated margin calls tomorrow, and it doesn't get pushed back another day, because tomorrow is another pattern day. It's a T+21 pattern day that these Redditors have been talking about. It's a day of fail to deliver. It's either they kick the can down the road and they take a hit and pay more money in order to hide their fail to delivers, or they bleed, which is where they actually start giving back their fail to deliveries and shore up their positions slowly by slowly. I don't know. They won't do it all at once. That's all I know, because these companies, they're doing anything and everything they can in order to stay in business one more day.
Keep their doors open one more day.
And again, Friday, Russell 1000 welcomes GameStop. I'm going to keep saying this until Friday comes, but this is exciting stuff. Buying pressure is happening. Something very interesting that I came across was GameStop did the 5 million shares at the money share offering. And guess what? The on-balance volume still didn't move. It stayed flat. there's a lot of things going on right now. You know, that's just uh, they have a case here. The SEC has a case that Robinhood could go and sue whoever is doing this fraudulent activity and be like, hey, I could have actually made more money for my shares for my offering, but it went down during this time. I can sue you now and say I could have got more money at $300 a share, but now I had to get it at $200 a share. You know, that's grounds for a litigation, and I don't doubt that that's going to be something to see in the future.
Okay.